Hi there, welcome back to the Lisa Nichols Show, where I share the tools and the techniques and the content and the mindset that we need to live the life that we want to achieve, to live the life that we deserve, to live a life worthy of talking about. I love the comments. Speaking of talking about something, I love your comments. I love when you say something penetrated your soul, something moved you. So from the episode, Expand Your Comfort Zone, one of my favorites, Charity, my darling, you said what really stuck out to me was, quote unquote, celebrate your milestones. For me, this is huge because being a wife, a mother, and an encourager, I celebrate everyone else's achievements, but I forget to celebrate my own. Thank you, Lisa. You're welcome, Charity. And I like to add, Charity, that, some celebrations should come with a cupcake. Some celebrations should come with a little mini party. Now, when I say mini party, it's like you and a couple of people where you just stop and say, let's celebrate the last 90 days. Like celebration for absolutely no reason. I think I'm going to start a theme party, like celebrate for absolutely no reason other than moving through this journey. So I'm excited, Charity, that you got that value. Then from the episode, learn how to say no. Sana, you said hashtag aha, 4 exclamation points. And then you said in all caps, I really needed this explanation. Thank you, Lisa. You went on to say, I used to feel ashamed and guilty whenever I said no to someone, but absolutely not any longer. Now I care about myself enough to think if it works for me or not before giving my yes with no value. Gosh, can I tell you, I love that episode because the conversation of saying no is an uncomfortable conversation. But the exercise of developing your no muscle, it allows your yes muscle to have more value. We think saying no is taking it away from other people, but really saying no is simply treating other people how to treat us and showing our self-love and our self-worth. Because an empty, bitter, overwhelmed yes really shouldn't even be given. It doesn't feel good to you and it doesn't feel good to them. So I so love that you got that. Listen, I love your comments. If you haven't figured out yet how much I love your comments, figure it out. I love your comments. Keep them coming. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know your BOLs and your ahas and your Yana, Y-A-N-A. You are not alone. BOL, breakthrough out loud, Lisa. And aha is what? I never thought of it that way. So let me know your ahas, your BOLs, your Yana moments, because it matters. We are a tribe, and that's what we do. So many times people look at the habits that they have, such as procrastination, and ask, why do I procrastinate? Well, I pose that question back to you. Ask yourself, what's the benefit? Because there's a benefit that you're getting out of it. So whether you believe that last minute throws you inside of an energy source, because that's what I used to think. I used to think, last minute, I'm more creative. Well, the truth is you're not more creative last minute. The truth is that when you wait to the last minute, you're increasing your stress level. You're bringing down your joy. You're eliminating peace of mind. When you understand the cost, procrastination is a word, and the challenge is that procrastination is so universally accepted. It's like fear and stress. Like, I'm so stressed out, and it's become such our norm that it's okay. Well, ask yourself the question, what's the price that I pay? Because I believe any behavior that you don't want any longer, the way that the catalyst to change is recognizing the price. Because we're high producers, we can still get it done inside of procrastinating. We can still get it done. But if you ever take a moment to stop and ask yourself and answer, what's the cost of me procrastinating? And you can do that for everything, but we're focused on procrastination now. What's the cost of me procrastinating? Let's go down that list. When you procrastinate, it costs you clear organizational time because now you're rushing. When you procrastinate, it costs you peace of mind. When you procrastinate, you're now thrown in urgency urgency increases your stress. Urgency is known to increase your stress. If you live in urgency, you literally are 2-3 times more likely to have a heart attack, I hear. Not confirmed, but that's what I heard. So if you live in this pace of urgency all the time because of a behavior that you can modify, think about it. How are we forward moving, upwardly mobile? How are we brilliant and operating in something we can control? There's so many things that you can't control. Procrastination is something that you can control. I used to be last minute and I resisted. I gotta tell you, I resisted planning. I thought it was for slackers. I didn't need to plan. I can go off the fly, and I'm pretty creative. And I can get myself out of some pretty hairy situations, and I can produce pretty good content, pretty good experiences last minute. So I lived in the last minute conversation. I didn't even call it procrastination. It was just when it was scheduled to be done. So if I'm flying out at noon, I can pack at 7 in the morning. When I realized that I eliminated the space that I needed to do it in such a planned, methodical way, that on the other side, I felt good about it. When you wait to the last minute to do anything, you've now taken the joy away that comes with having the space to do it in a timeline that's effective. But here's the other thing. I ask you, what are you proving to yourself when you can get it done at the last minute? What are you proving to yourself? Because there's some form of proving or denying, or there's something going on that you still need to do. Especially if you know how to plan in other areas of your life. You can't be a part-time planner, part-time strategist, part-time person who's prepared, and then in this other area you're not. No, now you're making a choice. So why do you choose to procrastinate? What do you believe it's giving you? And if you found out that it's not really giving you what you thought it's giving you, or if you found out that procrastination is giving you a whole lot more than you bargained for, it's giving you stress. It's giving you the non-gift of urgency. It's giving you all these things that you go, oh, I didn't know all that comes with it. Yeah, and the challenge is you manage all that well. And because you manage it well, you think it's okay to have it. Can we give you more peace of mind? I packed the same exact clothes for a trip. I simply pack for the trip 72 hours in advance. So the final 72 hours that I have, I can use that relaxing, or I can use that planning something else. But when I'm in urgency packing, and I've been there plenty of times, I lose the creativity, I lose the peace of mind, and I lose a little bit of joy, because now I'm bumped up against a deadline that's so intense, and it's a non-negotiable deadline. If I back away from that deadline and I give space and grace and ease, it actually is a form of self-love. I know that sounds crazy, that planning and not procrastinating is a form of self-love. But see, when you procrastinate, you're putting that thing you need to do last, which really is putting you last again. So if you procrastinate, you're putting yourself last. It's not the only time you put yourself last. It's a behavior and a habit that you do. So I ask, can you move yourself up to the top? You might not put yourself first, but can you put yourself second? I'm gonna shoot for first. Procrastination and overcoming procrastination. You're talking to a recovering procrastinator. That when I moved from procrastination to better planning, I felt the grace and ease and space in my life. I still had the same hours in the day. I just organized them differently. I just set better priorities, more effective priorities. That you're not supposed to enjoy the experience when you get there. You're supposed to enjoy the experience and the journey getting there. And when you move from procrastination to planning to time management, and time management is a fact. Time management has a direct impact on procrastination. If it matters to you, it should find its way in your calendar. It should find its way. When I'm going on a trip, I have pack in my calendar. I have it pack in my calendar 4 days before I'm leaving, so that if I run out of time and it takes me a whole day to get to packing, I'm still 3 days early. It took a long time to learn that. Procrastination is showing up for you last. Are you willing to show up for you first? Are you willing to trust if you can do a good job at the last minute? What can you do if you planned it out in a more effective way? What can you do? If you just live this next season on what could I do if I search for the best and brightest version of myself? procrastination will be on the list of one of the things you modify to discover the best and brightest and most brilliant version of yourself. And the byproduct of that is you find peace, you find more joy, your relationship has less tension. Is that worth it? Is it worth it to have those things? There's just one tweak to do that. Your decision. Remember that this show is not a monologue. I don't only want to hear my voice, y'all. I want to hear your voice. This is a dialogue. This is a conversation between you and I, your sisters and your brothers from other mothers, other fathers around the world, other cultures. This is a conversation. When you give feedback, when you comment, you not only bless me, you bless anyone else that can read it, that's an earshot of your words. So I love hearing from you. What was your biggest lesson? Is procrastination something you've leaned on and there was an aha today to go, oh, hold on. I'm showing up and putting myself last again when I procrastinate. Oh, hold on. I want peace of mind. Here I am asking for peace of mind, grace and ease, and I'm actually driving that result to not happen when I procrastinate. I need to shift this one needle point move. And when I shift this needle point move to a better plan, all of a sudden, the impact of peace and grace and ease is the byproduct of it. Was that an aha for you? Because I love saying it. And even as I was saying it to you, I'm like, yes, Lisa, plan even more, right? So I want to make sure that you subscribe. And when you subscribe, I want you, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting on? This is the fam. When you subscribe, my commitment is to continue to give you amazing, life-changing content. And all I need your commitment to do is to consume it and apply it and create a life that blows your own mind. This is your home, and we are your tribe. And I am your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And if this is not the first video you've watched of me, then you know I'm going to say I believe in you and I love you. If it is your first, I'm going to continue to say I believe in you and I love you. Why? Because I do. I'll see you real soon.